Hello everyone, welcome to Cost and Management Accounting. We already covered introduction to costing. Likewise, a brief explanation to methods of costing like job, batch and contract costing, etc. We have also seen cost control and cost reduction and all those basic things we covered, I think. Now let's discuss techniques of costing. My intention is to make you to recollect what you learned in this subject. So this is a 5 or 6 minute video. That's why I tried to present the topics in a very brief manner, only for a quick recollection. At the same time, you will be able to capture the concepts also. Okay, let's start. Before starting, I would like to remind you what's the difference of method of costing and techniques of costing. Method of costing simply means the method of finding cost or finding the cost per unit of product or service. There are different methods to ascertain cost. The method to be used differ from industry to industry. It depends upon the nature of the product, service and industry. Okay. At the same time, techniques of costing refer to the manner of ascertaining cost for cost control and decision making purposes. It involves historical costing, standard costing, marginal costing, direct costing, absorption costing and uniform costing. First one is historical costing. As the name indicates, it is the ascertainment of cost after they have been incurred. In other words, we can say it is the determination of cost actually incurred on work done in the past. It has limited utility. I'm going to explain some of the important limitations of historical costing. Actually, these historical costs are past cost. So they are not useful for production planning and decision making. Secondly, it is an expensive and it's also time consuming technique. Again, historical costing is not able to provide the reasons for cost deviations. There is one more important limitation, that is in historical costing there is no yardstick available. If there is any yardstick, we can compare the actual performance with the standard. So these shortcomings of the historical costing led to the development of standard costing. Standard costing is one of the important techniques of cost control. A standard, it is a norm or yardstick with which comparison can be made. So we can say a standard cost is a predetermined cost for evaluating the actual performance. And when the standard costs are used for the purpose of cost control, the technique is known as standard costing. Standard costing is a technique of cost ascertainment and cost control. Here what happens is, first we have to make a standard and then make a comparison of actual cost with standard cost and find out the variances, and if there is any variances, analyzing the causes of variances. These are the steps involved in the standard costing. There are different types of standards like basic standards, current standards, etc. And also different types of variances like material variance, labor variance, overhead variance, etc. These things are important, but we can discuss in another video. Now let's focus on the next costing technique, that is marginal costing. It is the process of charging only variable cost to products, operations and process. Actually, what is marginal cost? It is variable cost, that is prime cost plus variable cost. What is prime cost? It is the aggregate of direct material cost plus direct labor plus direct expenses. Okay, so the total of the prime cost plus variable overhead is known as marginal cost. In this technique, we are ascertaining marginal cost. That is, all costs are classified into fixed and variable, and then only variable costs are charged to products. And fixed costs are charged against profit of the period in which they are incurred. Simply we can say marginal costing is a technique of ascertainment of marginal cost by differentiating between fixed cost and variable cost. Next, direct costing. It is the process of charging all direct costs to products, services and jobs and exclude all those indirect costs. That is, indirect costs are written off against the profit of the period in which they arise. Next, absorption costing. It's also called full costing. As the name indicates, it's a process of charging all costs, that is both fixed and variable, to products, services, jobs or processes. Finally, uniform costing. Here, same costing principles, practices and methods are used by several undertakings. The basic idea behind the adoption of uniform costing is to facilitate comparison, that is inter-firm comparison. That is when several undertakings using the same costing principles and practices and methods, it will be better for an inter-firm comparison. And of course, it will eliminate an unhealthy competition and improves performance of units, and it ensures standardization also. That's all about the techniques of costing. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.